Pope Francis, the 266th leader of the Roman Catholic Church, has died at the age of 88. His final days were marked by a battle with pneumonia, a culmination of the respiratory issues he had faced for much of his life. Even from his hospital bed, he remained connected to the world, checking in daily with the Catholic parish in Palestine's Gaza, offering them words of support and solidarity.
Cosa avete mangiato oggi?
As the world's first Jesuit, Latin American, and non-European pope in over a millennium, Francis became a powerful voice for human rights, speaking up for the marginalized, the displaced, and those caught in war. His papacy was defined by his push for peace and social justice, winning admiration and, at times, stirring controversy for his outspoken views. But before he was Pope Francis, who was Jorge Mario Bergoglio? And how did a Jesuit from Argentina reshape the Vatican, leaving in his death a legacy that will be hard to match? Born on December 17, 1936 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Bergoglio grew up in a middle-class family of Italian immigrants. As a young man, he lost part of his lung to a severe infection, a health struggle that would plague him throughout his life. He initially studied chemistry, but left to join the Catholic Church's Jesuit order, becoming a priest in 1969 at age 32. Despite his late start, Bergoglio's rise was swift. By 1992, he was appointed bishop, and in 1998, he became Archbishop of Buenos Aires. He rejected luxury, rode public transport, and made the plight of the poor central to his mission. His sermons often called out social injustices, urging both political and religious leaders to serve the vulnerable. During the 2005 conclave, when Catholic cardinals met at the Vatican to choose a new pope following the death of Pope John Paul II, he was seen as a strong candidate, but lost to Benedict XVI. When Benedict made the unprecedented decision to resign in 2013, Bergoglio was elected as pope. Taking the name Francis after Saint Francis of Assisi, he signaled his commitment to humility, peace, and care for the poor. From the moment he assumed the papacy, he shook up the Vatican by rejecting the traditional papal residence, pushing for reforms, rooting out corruption, and confronting the Church's long history of child abuse scandals. Francis didn't just challenge the Church, he challenged the world. Few world leaders were as vocal as him in calling out Israel's war on Gaza and saying it amounted to a genocide. He repeatedly urged for an immediate ceasefire, calling it not war, but cruelty. Across other conflict zones from Ukraine to Sudan and Syria to Myanmar, he called for peace, pressed for international support for refugees and the displaced, and condemned foreign powers fueling wars for their own gain. He was one of the rare world figures to denounce the persecution of Rohingya Muslims, calling them our brothers and sisters. As the son of immigrant parents, Francis was a vocal advocate for refugees, condemning harsh immigration policies and the mistreatment of asylum seekers. He repeatedly criticized U.S. President Donald Trump's crackdown on migrants, famously saying that those who build walls instead of bridges are not Christian. Across the Atlantic, he denounced some European detention centers as concentration camps. He was also the first pope to make climate change a central issue during his leadership, by pushing for urgent action and holding wealthy nations accountable for their role in the crisis. A pope of many firsts, Francis leaves behind a legacy of advocacy, reform, and compassion that's unmatched. Now, as the Church enters a new era without him, an important question is emerging. Will the Vatican allow the legacy of Francis's unconventional approach to continue, or will it revert to its pre-Francis days?